Gary Vee taught me social media in 2019. Now, this is not a clickbait, but he literally taught me social media in 2019. Though I didn't have any call with him, or I didn't even meet him, but he taught me social media in 2019. Now, when I quit college, back in the day when I was in college, I quit college because I was not able to continue my athletics journey. If you have watched my previous video, just to giving a recap, I was an ex-athlete turned marketer right now, and now I'm trying to build my own agency. That's has been my story. And if you are following the journey, thank you so much for coming in, and please subscribe because I need the subscribers. Um, so I quit college, came back home, and I was working at my dad's store. Literally same story as Gary Vee. My dad has a grocery store back in India, and I was walking in the store, and Gary Vee popped up on my Instagram feed randomly, and the video was, "Don't you want to be happy?" Something like this, which he always repeat and he still says and all those things. And then I started scrolling down his Instagram feed and came to know about this whole social media world and everything else. Before that, I had no idea that there's a world on social media and everything else. And I was like, yeah, okay, so these are things for the celebrities, creators, and all those things. I wasn't interested. I was just monomaniacally focused on my goal, which was which was back then was representing India at the Olympics as a track and field athlete, which never got achieved. Left dream, started a new life, and all those things. So I started consuming Gary Vee's content in 2019 when I was working at my father's store, and when I heard his story where that he was working at his dad's liquor store until the age of 32, he was working there. Then he quit his job there and then started on his own agency, media company, and everything else. That really inspired me. Now, you can actually get inspired and be like, oh, I want to become like that, and then start daydreaming about it. But I did the other thing. I went onto his YouTube channel, and there was like tons and tons and thousands of videos, long videos, shorts. That was not shorts. That was a shorter video, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes video, and then 45, 50 minutes lectures, speakings, and his consulting videos and all those things. And I started binge watching them every night. So I was walking from the morning till the evening at my dad's grocery store, and from the evening, like at 10 p.m., till the morning 5 p.m., like 5 hours, 6 hours, I was binge watching his content. I was binge watching his content like hell, and then I was just sleep at 5, get up at like 10 or something, and then go back to my dad's store. That was my routine for a whole of 2019. I was trying to learn and I was trying to experiment. I started a motivational page back in the day, starting to post motivational quote because I was so pumped up from Gary Vee. But I was not just trying to run a motivational page and being a broke guy trying to give motivations to other people, but I was actually testing content creation on a platform. I was not confident enough to speak like this. I didn't have the communication language like I can speak like as fluent like as I can right now. That time, the only thing I could do was two lines quotes, Twitter quotes, normal quotes, and text and everything else. So that time, Jay Shetty, Mel Robbins, Carey, and all these people were posting all these kinds of things, and I got into that chain of self-help. You know, when you're broke, when you have nothing to do in your life, and you're struggling with your life, trying to get up, build something for yourself, you get into a lot of self-help thing. And I was at the same directions, but I was making sure that I was learning social media. So I was trying to join every live stream that Gary Vee was doing. So he used to run a lot of Ask Gary Vee shows. So I was trying to, get questions from there, learning from there, and all those things, and trying to experiment. So I used to learn everything and then experiment throughout the day, and started and slowly and steadily, I I got my first client by late of 2019, and then that's how my journey started. So it's very important to understand that sometimes you don't need mentors to actually come and teach you. Gary Vee taught me unofficial as an unofficial mentor. He doesn't even know that I exist, but he actually taught me. And the reason why I can sit and talk to an expensive camera with an expensive mic and a good place and everything else, though I don't have a job, I'm still building and all those things. But the reason why I can afford all of this and everything else is because I got lessons and teachings and education from a mentor that even don't know I exist. So you can actually learn from people that you want to learn. Warren Buffett has a great quote where he said you should learn from people's biographies, even though they are not alive or whatever. So read a lot of biographies to learn about how they think about some things and things that comes into their life, how they achieve the kind of things and how when put in a situation, how they reacted to certain things. That helps you to understand how you should behave or that could inspire you to take a particular decision that you are trying to achieve. That's the reason why it's very important to read fiction books as well. Like a lot of people read a lot of business psychology and all those things when they get into this field. I also do a lot of I read a lot of business books and everything, but it's very important to understand that you need to read a lot of fiction books. It's because storytelling as a skill is very important, but at the same time storytelling also gives you different people's life. You actually live their life while you read those books, and that gives you lessons about how you can think about certain things. That inspires ideas, that sparks up the light bulb moment that you get. So it's very important to understand that I always say this, you should always learn from other people's mistakes so that you make less mistake yourself. And when you make less mistake yourself, you skip those stairs and win towards success faster. And it's very important that you don't make all the mistakes. Everyone wants to make all the mistakes because they want to learn. But you can learn later on. You don't have to learn everything by yourself. You can learn from other people's mistakes. You can learn from other people's biographies. So it's very, very important for you to understand this, that you can learn from anyone else. I learned from Gary Vee in 2019. Think about that. Like if I'm in New York City when I'll be, which I will be very, very soon, you will see me in New York City recording from maybe outside look and everything else. Uh, but if I meet Gary Vee in my life, which I will meet, I'm saying in this particular video, I will meet Gary Vee in the next 2 years. That's a promise. I'm going to say him thank you. Thank you for teaching me social media in 2019. Because of him, today I'm here. He popped up on my feed, a guy who was in a very outskirt place and back in a small town in India, saw a post and now is starting an agency in New York City. Think about that. Like, who would have even thought about it? So it's very important to learn from other people. Have mentors. You don't have to make sure that they know you. You can learn from them, from their content, their writings, their books, and everything else. Do something. Take the actions. Don't wait for someone else to help you to achieve the dream. Do it yourself. I'll see you in the next video.